Today, I didn't really feel like doing a video. I mean, I've been sort of like loitering all day, doing other things rather than starting the video that I'm supposed to do for today. I set myself a goal. The goal was to do 3 videos a week, 4 podcasts a week, content every day at noon Eastern Standard Time. That was the goal. That's the goal of the second season. Today, it was just hard to do a goddamn video. I just didn't feel like it. There were plenty of ideas. I wasn't lacking in ideas. I have like a whole bunch of ideas all ready to roll. The little pieces of paper over here, right? They're all ideas for future posts. I've got ideas. That's not the problem. The problem is I was just not feeling it. This happens all the time. It happens to everybody, okay? I don't care what your name is. I don't care anything about your situation or what have you. Everybody goes through a period of not being able to, not feeling like they want to do the work. It's not that they're not able to. They just don't feel like doing it. I mean, it happens to me all the time. And see, this happens a lot when you're just doing something on your own. When you're doing something and you don't have anybody else waiting for you. Okay? When that happens, you're going to find it very difficult to motivate yourself. This happens especially with studying. That's why study groups are so great, because other people are expecting you to show up. And so because of it, you show up and you giggle and laugh and shoot the breeze and gossip and what have you, but you actually do study in a study group, often more than if you'd been alone. You're alone and you wind up, playing video games or watching TV, or, you get caught up in some movie and you keep postponing and saying, just 5 more minutes. You've seen the movie before, right? But it's on TV and you figure, I just want to see a little bit. There's that great scene. I just want to catch it. And before you know it, you frittered away your whole afternoon and you didn't study at all, or you didn't do the work that you were supposed to, right? And it happens all the time. It happens all the time to the best people and the best intentioned people, where you just basically just fritter away your time, especially that thing that you do on your own, okay? Now, in order to fix that problem, you have to learn to grind it out. You have to learn to just sit and push yourself and get the job done. Now, it's exceedingly important that you do so, because you'll find in life that the most important things, the most important tasks that you have in your life, you just have to grind them out. You're going to be on your own. Nobody's going to be looking over your shoulder. Nobody's going to be expecting you. Like these videos, nobody's expecting me to do these videos, and yet you have to sit down and grind them out, like I'm doing with this one. I don't really feel like doing this video. I want to do other things. There's this book I'm reading called Dictatorland. It's a fairly interesting book, and I want to be reading it. I want to be reading about African dictators more than doing this video, right? And yet I'm doing this video, I'm grinding it out, and here's the thing, the secret. See, a lot of times people say, in order to do something, I have to be inspired, especially about something creative, like writing, for instance, or doing videos. They say, I have to be moved by the Holy Spirit and feel inspired, which is just a bunch of bullshit. I was a professional writer, and there were lots of days, I would venture to say more days than not, when I was just not feeling it, when I just did not feel inspired at all. And so I would grind it out. I would grind out the work that I had to do that day. When I was writing novels, for instance, I set myself the task of doing 2,000 words a day. And I would sit in the morning at my desk and start writing, and I wouldn't feel it, right? I wouldn't feel inspired. I didn't know what the hell I was going to be writing that day, right? But I would just decide, I'm going to grind this fucker out. And I'd pound away and get my 2,000 words by the end of the day. And, a few days would pass like that, and then suddenly, I'd get more into the flow of things, and suddenly I'd be like inspired even. And some days, I'd, crank out my 2,000 words just like that. I mean, I'd be done with them, by lunchtime. Sat down at 9, and by noon, 1-ish, done. It was fantastic. It was fun. Those days were terrific, right? But here's the weird thing. Later, reviewing all the work I'd done for a week or for a month, looking over it, I couldn't tell the difference between the work I'd done on days that I'd been inspired and days that I just sat there and just decided to just grind it out. There was no qualitative difference, none at all. None, at least that I could tell. That's because a lot of times what happens is that when you grind something out, when you decide that you're just gonna shove it out, just shit it out, right? Just grind it, and just push yourself and do it. A lot of times your ability, your talent, what have you, it just sort of like rises to the occasion. Grinding out work, it's not as much fun as when it spontaneously and naturally flows out of you. And I'm talking about everything, no matter how trivial or how boring the task or how creative the task. Grinding it out is just not as much fun. But at the end of the day, so many of your days are going to be days where you have to just grind it out. So many of the things that you do, you just have to kind of grind them out, and it's not going to be pleasant. A lot of people think that especially in creative things like writing or drawing or making videos or what have you, they think that it's supposed to be fun all the time. No. It's the rare day that it's fun. And see, that's the difference between the professional and the amateur. The amateur just does it when he feels the mood, when he feels like it. And, the amateur, he's a hobbyist. He's not a professional. You see, the professional, he grinds it out, even on days when he's not feeling it, especially on days that he's not feeling it. Because the work, the quality of the work, whatsoever it may be, it's going to be the same. But the amount of work produced will be radically different. You see, for the amateur, for the hobbyist, he'll feel moved, inspired, or whatever to do the work, 1 day in 5. And the other 4 days, he's just not going to feel like doing it, right? And so what will happen is that he'll just do, 1 day in 5. Whereas the professional, on those 4 days that he's not really feeling it, he'll grind out the work. And so, of course, he'll have 5 times as much work done as the amateur. Sometimes it's much more than 5 times. Sometimes it's 10, 20 times as much work. I mean, like, for instance, in these videos that I've been doing, I decided last year that I was going to start to do these videos, like, just really do them. Do them on a regular basis, whether I felt like it or not. Before, I'd done videos, just for fun. And I'd done like 2.5, and they weren't very good. Over the past year and a half, roughly, year and 4 months or 3 months, something like that, I've done close to 200 videos. And most of the time, I haven't felt like I wanted to do the videos. I just haven't felt it. It hasn't been an easy thing. I've had to grind them out, right? And yet I look back on them. I look back on a few that I know that they were really hard to make. I just really didn't feel like doing them. And they came out great. I look at them now and I'm like, holy shit, that was pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking insightful. At the time I made it, I thought I was sounding like a fucking idiot, but, retrospectively, they're pretty good. And see, my point, I decided to grind them out. And I have a lot more videos, and they're pretty damn good, right? And the same goes for writing, the same goes for everything. Don't wait around to feel like you want to do something. If you decide that you want to do something for whatever reason, because it's important to you on a personal level, or maybe because you're going to make money out of it, it doesn't matter why, but when you decide to do something, when you put on the big boy pants and decide this, I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to do it. Well, when that happens, when you make that decision, grind it out. Grind it out, and if you feel while you're doing it that it's not going to be very good, just don't worry about it. Just keep on doing it. Just grind it out. You'd be surprised. You're going to be incredibly surprised by how good the work is, by how the very fact of just pushing yourself to do it will make the work not only good, but for the next time that you decide that you're just going to keep on doing it, even when you don't feel like it, it'll be easier. Most of life is just grinding it out. I wish I could tell you that, you're going to have a fun time most of the time in your work, even the things that you really enjoy doing. No. If you decide to do them seriously, for the most part, it's going to be hard. You're going to be grinding it out, and you're constantly going to feel that the work is not very good. But trust me on this. You will be surprised how wonderful the stuff that you do turns out.